Hello Cancer friends, what's up? What up teacups? Welcome to my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. So happy to have all the Cancer friends out there with me today. However you associate with that sign, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Welcome, I'm happy to have you guys, including the cross watchers. We're going to do a quick little tarot love spread for you. There's not really a timestamp on this. I'm going to say like roughly a month, but whatever. The timestamps are just a system of organization, really. So yeah, I welcome you to come into this reading with an open heart and an open mind. Not every message will be yours in these general tarot readings here on YouTube. But yeah, maybe there's something of use, something that motivates you, inspires you, gives you some hope, or confirms something, or the opposite, illuminates you to something new. So yeah, everything, ooh, wow, your cards came right out. Everything about this video will be written in the description box below, including the decks I'm using here today, as well as my social media channels. I'm the Intuitive Teacup on Facebook and Instagram, as well as .com. Check those out if you're interested. Like, share, subscribe wherever you can, and we're gonna hop in shortly for my Cancers in love, looking for love. If you don't currently have a person, this could represent someone coming in or someone from the past, right? Never force anything to fit your circumstance or scenario. And yeah, it's gonna be good. Let's get some happy messages in love, right? At minimum for entertainment value, right? While we're all at home, quarantine, being safe, right? Locked away. Literally the Eight of Swords, right? That's bottom of the deck. I don't know if I love that, but oh guys, this is interesting. 2 more cards for Cancer, please. 2 more cards, 1 more card. 1 more card for Cancer in love. Cancer in love. I'm going to pull 1 more. I like them to pop. 1 more card for the action for Cancer. Action. Okay, great. Oh, that came out there though. All right, cool. We will do it. All right. So curiosity, flirting, something about being very inquisitive, wanting to understand something more. It's not so much from a mental perspective. It's from like a physical perspective, or like trying to wrap your head about it in like, there's a weird way of phrasing it, but like an enthusiastic way. With wands, it's about passion and motivation and inspiration. So someone's caught your eye or vice versa. You know, someone is interested in you. Yeah, seeing you as the Empress, Cancer. Someone has definitely taken a liking to you in terms of at least seeing you as very, very well poised, very well put together. Empress vibes, right? She's the mother card of the zodiac, frequently shown pregnant, but to me that's such a Cancerian energy because Cancers are sort of the mothers of the zodiac, right? Someone appreciates your creativity, something about your whimsy or whimsicalness. But also it's strength, right? With that earth energy, they see you as like a very solid, well put together person. Again, very poised, very collected, very yeah, like very much intrigued. They're inspired by you. They're looking at you. I don't know why I keep pulling up like phrases from Page of Swords, because it's Page of Wands, but it's something like maybe spying on you, or you spark their interest. There's definitely some intrigue there. So let's look at your person. It could potentially be a Leo, though it doesn't have to be. So coming up as your person's energy is the Knight of Cups, and spoiler alert, that's what's coming up in your energy too. So there's a nice little twinning energy here. You, Cancer, being a water sign, looking for movement and action in love, right? In your love life. The person that's coming up in your spread is looking for the exact same thing. So that could potentially be a great pairing, right? Obviously it's the Rider-Waite deck, but it's different decks. You can see one has a border and one doesn't. So that's always kind of fun when you literally have the same card in the spread there. What's clarifying yours is the Page of Wands. So you're looking for love, but it's more sexually driven. It may not be as, this is an interesting message for you, Cancer, but it may not be you're looking for something like the one. You may be sort of putting out flirtatious offers and looking to see like if you get any bites. It could be something like that. So coming up in your person's mental sector, they have a couple major arcanas. They have the Star, which is a card of Aquarius, and the Emperor in their emotional space, which is the card of Aries. That could sort of be like a timestamp. If you already know who this person is and there's been like flirtation, but nothing necessarily steady or solid, it could indicate like milestones in your relationship. Something major may have happened in Aquarius season, and then we're in Aries season now, right? So yeah, maybe there's going to be like a new uproar of emotions or something impacting the person's heart space, though it doesn't have to be. So yeah, let's throw some clarification on it. Why the heck not? So in their mental sector, they're getting grounded. They're focusing on their own health, their own development, their own healing. They're probably balancing multiple things like their job, if they're working from home, as well as their family. It's like the cups are being given to 2 different things, if you will, or 2 different places. So they do seem like they sort of have their hands full, which is not typically the message I get with the Star, but but their North Star is guiding them. Frequently the star is a card of great faith, great spirituality, aligning with one's spiritual path. So mentally their energy seems very strong. And as mentioned, their energy, first and foremost, the card that's representing them in the spread is looking for love, putting the cup of love out there, seeing if they get any bites, right? And you're doing the same, so... So the Two of Wands, potentially at a crossroads on action they want to take forward. And then they have the Five of Swords. Okay, so the Five of Swords sometimes indicates to me that it isn't brand new. It's someone who maybe made a decision. And the way it's depicted here, it's not traditional. So I'm sort of going with the intuitive reading on this one. Five of Swords is not typically fresh energy. It's, classically depicted as that person looking over their shoulder. And with that, sometimes there's a sense of regret. Like, did I act in haste? Did I say something I shouldn't have? Did I cut someone off too soon? It's possible, especially if you're dealing with an Aquarius, that this person had a choice of two people and they decided to go one way, but it's almost like they're course correcting in their head. I keep getting this image in a lot of my spreads. It's something about rerouting, re-navigating, literally like when a GPS has to reroute when you took the wrong turn. Wands can indicate like the movement forward, the paths we choose to take. It's almost like this person went down one path and was like, oh no, this isn't what I wanted. And again, like they kind of like reverse and are trying to go down the other one. So this could involve an Aquarius if you're not dealing with one in like your person. They may have, been flirting with an Aquarius, but it does seem like they're rerouting. And I do think it's rerouting to you, Cancer, because in your mental sector, you're like, I'm just going to chill here. Like, I'm not sweating it. I don't always get that with the Four of Pentacles, but your mental sector is like, I'm just good. I'm just going to stay here. Because, logically, right, especially when we're all in quarantine, we kind of have no choice. And if anyone can survive a quarantine, it's Cancer, right? And maybe Capricorn too, right? Like, you guys are the homebodies by nature, right? Generally speaking. Of course, everybody has their own complex chart of birth signs and zodiac signs, right? But yeah, so they may be thinking about you and thinking that perhaps they made a false decision. This could involve a Scorpio as well. But yeah, I have double cards of Aquarius too. So Aquarius, maybe Scorpio, maybe something about that may ring a bell. Tell me about this person's past, this Knight of Cups. Yeah, absolutely. There was choices. I was clarifying, where is this Knight of Cups coming from? What was like his or her past, right? It doesn't matter the gender so much. You have the Three of Cups coming up, which to me is not always a card of exclusivity, right? So particularly in a romance spread, it's like, this person had two options, Cancer, right? And I think most of you know that already, right? But that's very much what in their mental sector, there's some sense of regret or thinking, oh, is it too late to like turn around? Is it too late to go off in another direction? And then also with that is the Six of Pentacles. Again, in a career spread, the classic depiction, it can be like feeding two different mouths, the idea of making out with multiple people, right? But the thing is, they were two solid offers to that person. So I know that's probably not what you want to hear, but in a higher vibrational sense of that, it's not that they saw you as a waste of time or that you were like the other one. It's almost like they had two good opportunities and ultimately they had to make a choice, or maybe they didn't, but either way, they were entertaining the idea of both because both were presenting as pentacle energy. So there was something to it that was legit. It was, in a sense, there was something solid about it. But again, this very much came down to a choice. Excuse me. All right. So in your person's, I feel like I'm the Tower. Interesting. Okay. Again, Scorpio energy. There was passion in at least one or both of these relationships, or even if it was just the beginnings of a relationship, there was potential for passion, maybe, but you may have also had a Tower moment with this person. Again, if they ended up choosing someone else, or maybe you found out the hard way that they did have someone else, whatever, right? Coming up in their heart space, they have the Emperor. So that's all about tradition and control and very like a rigid set of rules. It's something about trying to get something to operate in the best capacity and the best function. So I'm just as confused by that as you are, right? Unless you're dealing with an Aries. Because this is coming up in your person's spread, though, again, they might like hold, if it's not an Aries you're dealing with, they may hold passion in their heart for an Aries. This person could also be a father. Yeah, they could also have a child. Sorry, I don't know if I said that in a weird way. I just heard the tail end of what I said because I was like focusing in on the card. This person might be a father. This is the card of fatherhood sometimes. So they may have a child that is a water sign. A Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, though it doesn't have to be. I think this is more of a timestamp, though. We'll see what the cards say. Why is the Emperor coming up in this person's... In their heart space, they're wearing battle armor. They've had their heart broken a few times. You know, love is a battlefield, guys, like Pat Benatar says. But yeah, okay, in Aries season, they're thinking of reaching out and communicating, but they're doing it in a way where they're not just like haphazardly being like, hey, like, sup, like, you know, you up. It's not that. They're thinking it through the way it's depicted with like a handwritten letter. Now, for most of you, I'm not saying you're going to receive a handwritten letter, but that indicates to me there's thought being put into it, because it's almost like there is a sense of needing to... It could be an apology. That is sort of what's coming up in the action card. If this person doesn't necessarily owe you an apology, but maybe... You know, despite the whole like third party cheating shit, which isn't going to be everyone's story. It's just not, right? Sometimes you meet people, there's a connection, and then people kind of like trickle off into nowhere, right? That's just dating nowadays, right? God love it. Anyway, there is a sense of maybe they didn't keep in touch, and now they're like, all right, well, if I'm going to come back, it's almost like I have to have a good excuse why I just disappeared off the earth. So again, even if it was relatively new, I do sort of like that they're coming into it with thought, like with some sort of like diligence or some sort of... yeah, like they're putting thought into the effort that they're going to extend to you. And the effort they're going to extend to you, it's a cup. There's some sense of flirtation or emotions or feeling there. For a very select few of you, because this is a love spread, it's not always romantic love, guys, right? For one or two of you, it could be you reaching out or vice versa, your father reaching out to you, because there is a sense of like father and child or parent and child, right? Depending on, you know, if that makes sense in your story. If not, then it's probably a romantic offer, right? But I mean, their action looks good. But yeah, they had other people in their life at the time when you guys first connected. And so that's why there's, again, like a reroute, like the re-navigating, right? To try and find the right path to at least say something to you. And it does come from a good place. It comes from, you know, their emotions. It could potentially be a Pisces that you're dealing with, though it doesn't have to be. Let's see what else we can put on this Page of Cups. What else do we need to know about this Page of Cups and Cancer spread? Bottom of your deck is the Sun, and then, yeah, it's like someone kind of put themselves in an awkward situation, like a prison of their own mind. I actually think it's your Emperor. It's like they're trying to get themselves out of this sticky situation because they're still interested in you, but they're kind of like, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't have like left Cancer on the back burner. And so, yeah, they're thinking through how they want to move about this. Again, maybe a Pisces. It doesn't have to be, but for a lot of you, it might be a Pisces. Tell me about the Page of Cups coming up in Cancer's person's action. Why is the Page of Cups coming up here? The Page of Athens. Okay, I was sensing that earlier with this. I kept kind of referring to it with those sort of like, you know, classic definitions. The Page of Athens is, yeah, it's like small bits of communication. It's also the card of people like spying on one another, particularly on social media, trying to gather the thoughts, the ideas. And then you have Six of Pentacles again. So that's something about where this person was coming from. At the time, they didn't want to tell you that they had someone else. Do you see how with this Six of Pentacles, he's keeping like these dice behind his back. There may something about a Sagittarius, like something about like being lucky, a roll of the dice or something. Yeah, it's almost like this person just kind of like left it up to fate in terms of who they were going to go with. And I don't know, maybe it was like squeaky wheel gets the grease. Maybe they had another person that was very, very active, like on like, I don't know, like in reaching out to them or making plans with them, or maybe it was just someone they simply saw more socially. And so they ended up going with that choice. But yeah, I mean, they're definitely reaching out to you. You do have two pages. Again, I'm being called to say water sign and air signs and maybe an earth sign. I mean, it doesn't really matter, the zodiac signs, but I don't know if you're going to entertain this though, Cancer. There's something about you kind of figured out what was up without them having to say very much to you. So in a sense, it's like the power, I think, does rest with you. As I said, something about this card, it's like, I'm just chilling, like whatever. Like I'm not going to reach out to you. I'm not worried about it. I'm not hassled about it, because ultimately, if you're my person, you're going to step up and be a man or step up and be a woman, right? And so, yeah, there's a sense of like, you're looking for your options, but something about this, it was like what was driving your interest in this person was purely sexual or purely, yeah, like purely physical or superficial. You kind of knew that there wasn't, again, for most of you, not everyone, I think you were kind of sensing there wasn't a lot of substance here. There was a sense of like a put on of what this person was willing to offer you. And then they kind of just like, it feels like they just like drifted away. And now it's like they're circling back to be like, oh, well, maybe Cancer, I should give him a call, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, I think they're going to reach out to you. The card of reciprocity. Again, though, I'm questioning how much you're going to entertain this. If you do entertain it, it's almost like you have a sense of humor about it. You're just like, oh, hey, wasn't anticipating hearing from you. Like, weren't you off on some joyride? Like, what are you doing back here? Again, it might be a Scorpio, maybe a Scorpio or a Leo. It is saying that something about this relationship is transforming, though, potentially in your favor, right? With six of Pentacles. But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely sensing this person knows that they made a poor choice and now they're trying to get themselves out of it, right? You do have, like, you know, God forbid, the liar, cheater, thief card, right? So, but they're interested in you. There's something really, they think you're really cute, if that makes any sense. I don't know how hypersexualized it is. None of these cards, other than maybe yours here, none of these cards are screaming sexuality to me, but this person thinks you're cute. That, yeah. I don't know if you're going to entertain them with Eight of Cups coming up. It's like, you had your chance to build with me. Like, sometimes it's like, girl, bye. Like, at one point in time you were interested, but now you're like, it's something actually really funny. You may speak with them knowing full well you're sort of going to like tear them a new one, but in like a very subtle, classy way. Like, if they text you, you're like, oh, hey, how's it going? Blah, blah, blah. And then you wait till they get to like the punchline, or however you want to say it, like make the offer of, hey, so like, do you want to hang out again? And you're going, oh, I'm sorry. I'm actually having really good sex with someone else, so I just can't. Like, it's something like you're gonna brush them off in a way that makes you look really good and make them kind of sink deeper into regret. That's for some of you, right? That's not for all of you. That's actually hilarious, Cancer. Good for you. Yeah, don't be a doormat, right? Taking people back who didn't see your value the first time. I'm not into that, right? All right, so as noted, you know, you're putting love offers out there. You're looking for love. You're looking for passion. You're looking for fun. You're looking for excitement. In your mental sector, you're holding it together. So again, sometimes this card can have a negative connotation. We'll go ahead and clarify it, but again, there's something just at ease and at calm. It doesn't feel like you're struggled or you're burdened or you're holding on for dear life. It could be that you're holding on to someone else. I'm not necessarily sensing that it's this person. In fact, that might be why you end up rejecting, you know, the one we've been reading for, because you may have your eyes set on someone else and you're like, this one will be mine. Like, almost like puppy guarding it, not wanting other relationships or other people to interfere with it, if that makes sense for any of you. Again, that could be someone you had a tower moment with, maybe a Scorpio, maybe a Leo. Why is Four of Pentacles coming up in Cancer spread? The Page of Cups. All right. Yeah, that's what I mean. In their action, they have the Page of Cups. In your mental sector, you have the Page of Cups, but it's for someone else. Something about a blank canvas. I don't know if literally some of you are like painting or artists or doing something about that. It's waiting for something to come down the line. You may have some sort of psychic connection or intuition that someone from your past or someone new that maybe you're crushing on is going to reach out to you. And it's almost like you're waiting, that expression, waiting for it to come down the pipeline. You're waiting for it and you're anticipating it. But you're not obsessing over it. You're not stressing about it. There's something like, I'm just going to like chill here and do my arts and crafts project. So that way, when it comes down the pipeline, I'm ready to like reach out and grab it. But in the meantime, yeah, I don't think you're entertaining any sort of offers that, at least in the long term, sorry, how do I want to phrase this? Like player energy, if that's all it is, some of you may choose to entertain it, but you're going to take it at face value. You're going to be like, okay, this is a sex thing and that's it. Because what I'm getting is, truth be told, you're not that interested in this person, but should they reach out to you, again, I do actually sense that you'll maybe send some messages back and forth, but in a sense, I do think it's like, yeah, you got to take your medicine. Like, you got to do the time in jail because you screwed this up. So you're kind of keeping them, you know, what is the term? Like at arm's length, or you're not super concerned with this person. I think you're waiting for someone else's message to come in, and it feels like you're content knowing that something else is coming into you. Let's throw something on that. What is Cancer waiting for? And maybe it's a job offer. I mean, it doesn't have to be a romantic offer, but I just want to like underscore, you're at ease though. Mentally, you're not like, oh my God, are they going to reach out? And it feels just kind of chill. A journey. Yeah, you're waiting for something else to come to you. It could be someone who's traveling right now or someone who you can't obviously physically see for a lot of you, right? Could be someone who lives at a great distance from you, across the state, across the country, whatever. You're waiting, in a sense, it's like you're waiting for your ships to come in, and you know it requires patience. And so that's why it's like you've decided to be good to your health and your body and not stress about it. It's almost like you've put it in like God's hands, so to say. So where's your heart at? Yeah, there's Ace of Cups. You're definitely looking for love. I love this. You're practicing self-love and self-care. The aces always start with us. I also think though that something about this is saying you still hold a cup for someone. Sorry, Cancer, my camera froze there. So yeah, there is a sense of, yes, self-love, but also it's the idea that you're holding a cup for someone else should it come your way, should it come along. Again, it's like you're practicing good self-care so that if a cup were to approach you and like the cups match, the cups meet, there's something about it, it can be like a really nice, easy start to a relationship. It doesn't have to be someone from your past. It could be the idea that you have faith that someone new is coming in that you haven't met yet, maybe an Aries. I could also indicate that, yeah, maybe there's someone else in the past that I keep being called to say maybe you had a tower moment with. Yeah. Ugh, Cancer, you got lots of people around you here, which isn't all bad, but I'm just not sure about all their intent, like the intent of what they want in this relationship. So anyway, in your heart, you got love. You got mad love to give, Cancer. What's this Ace of Cups about? What's this Ace of Cups about for Cancer in his heart space? Yeah, an Aries. Interesting. So in their heart space, they have that coming up. Again, the idea of sitting on the idea to send like a very important message out, thinking it through, making sure it's like well structured, right? Something about that. Maybe you guys are waiting on this person. Maybe you're waiting for this person to reach out with a fresh cup of love, a new opportunity. If they truly have transformed their life and there's been significant growth and development in like their ability to love, the love they have to give. If it's something about it, if it's new and it's fresh and it's pure, I think you're willing to consider it. And yeah, again, maybe with an Aries, but it is coming from someone who is a little bit guarded. Yeah, they're like, yeah, they're not, it's funny, they're not certain where they stand, and yet they are thinking about reaching out. But this could be you, Cancer, too. This is a harsh message, guys. Don't shoot the messenger, but it's almost like, are you more excited about the idea of love than worrying about who it's actually with? Because again, I'm getting a lot of ambivalence here, a lot of like kind of mixed emotions about letting this person back in. So if that's the case, this whole assessment, do I or don't I, right? Could these seeds blossom into something beautiful? Again, with major transformation, absolutely. There's room for like regrowth and rebirth and happiness and joy and, sunshine, right? But yeah, it's almost like they have to realize the error of their ways. And I do think a lot of you are thinking, well, they would have to come back like with an apology or like a really good excuse why all this bullshit had to go down or something like that. Yeah. So what action are you taking, Cancer? Yeah, you're going to be very logical about this. You're going to be very blunt with this person. Again, if they come in, I think you're willing to communicate, right? But sometimes his words can be used as weapons. He literally has the weapon, right? He has the sword. So if you want to, you can cut this person right out and not give two shits about it. Others of you, I think you're going to consider it, but it's almost like you have to have a very heavy conversation, or it's like you're not letting them off the hook easily. You're not welcoming them in with like sunshine and rose and yes, welcome back. I've missed you so much. You're like, where have you been? Like, let's talk about this. You're not letting them squeak on by. And maybe that's why they're anticipating or strategizing, maybe that's a better word, how they want to come in, because they've painted themselves in a corner and they kind of know that you're not having it, Cancer. So again, some of you may want this person back. Some of you may not. I think some of you are holding love in your heart for someone else entirely. Yeah, this person wants to pack the biggest bang in their offer. They really want to get your attention. So they may do something really silly or obnoxious or send you this wouldn't be over the top, but send you like something to make you laugh, like a GIF or like a TikTok video or something that's like eye-catching. They don't just want to be tossed in the pile of everybody making offers to Cancer. They want theirs to stand out. They want to be noticed. There's a part of them that really likes to be the center of attention. So Cancer, yeah. So then you have the Ace of Cups again. I think there will be a fresh offer, but again, this person is very worried that you're not going to give them the time of day. And that's causing the delay. If you're wondering, well, where the hell are they? They're strategizing how they want to come in because they don't want to make some sort of offer and then you'd be like, oh, sorry, like, peace, I'm out. Like, some of you may have already met another Cancer. Possible. So let's throw some zodiac or some love angels on this rather, and then we'll throw some zodiac signs. For my Cancers, what do they need to know about this? Soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. All right. That is falling on their spread. And you did have the card of soulmate cards come up. So just to be very real, I think that's sort of how they're thinking about you. I feel like they're worried that they lost an opportunity with someone that they were supposed to, something that they were supposed to at least discover more. There's intrigue about like leaving the Empress behind. Again, they look up to you in a way, but then again, I'm sort of questioning, well, why didn't they treat you better, right? And then religious factors. Your love life is being influenced by, your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. I think most of my Cancers are vibing high. This person may have had like a spiritual wake-up call where they sort of came to their senses and realized that they let something good go. Again, that may have to do with you. Maybe there was some sort of wedge in the relationship regarding like, your values, your ethics, your spiritual beliefs. Sure, that could be for some of you. There's something about, for my Cancers who are very spiritual, right? And I mean, a bunch of you probably are if you're watching tarot. Something about the purity of I said that's so stupid. The purity of the way you love. It was almost overwhelming to this person. It was too much. And so it was easy for them to dip out because it seemed like it's not so much it was a challenge to them, but it was, not overwhelming, maybe overwhelming. It was just a lot for them to wrap their head around because they may have never met someone who had such like an ability to love or to nurture or to like healing energy. So there was something that was about that was very attractive, again, like maternal energy, but it also scared them because it was a lot. It was a lot to like, it was a lot to swallow on. I'm like being called to say like by date 1 or date 2, there was something like pure and in a sense, maybe they didn't want to like taint the water or taint the well. They didn't want to like ruin the purity of you, Cancer. And maybe that's a whole thing about like virginity or something like that for, probably not for everyone, but all right, interesting. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in the present. All right, that's very hopeful, right? And then attraction. You attract romantic love by fully enjoying this moment. And then it says, release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. I still maintain the fact that some of you, there could be multiple people on their end. There could also be multiple people on your end. It seems like the person you're waiting for, they're not around currently, but there's something about intuitively you feel like they might come back. And maybe that's why you're not grasping at this other kind of lackluster offer, this apology from someone else, because they're not your main focus. You're kind of hoping for like the main one to come back. Yeah, very interesting. All right, let's throw some zodiac signs on it for my Cancers. You definitely have some Scorpio. You have Leo. I mean, Empress can be Taurus as well as Libra, Aquarius, Aries. Yeah, water signs. Oh. Ugh. All right, we'll take those because they fell right off the table. All right, so Scorpio, Aquarius, Gemini, Leo, and Virgo. All right, so you have quite a collection there, Cancer. Bottom of the deck, Sagittarius. All right, guys, that's what I got for you. Please do like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below if any of this resonates for you, and I will see you very soon for more tarot. Bye.